Now, dear student, chapter number 12, electricity, and we have the topic for the discussion here, electric potential and potential difference, and formula of the electric potential difference. So, we are starting with this topic. First, we have to be learn the concept of potential, what actually the potential is. Here I am just showing the one of the basic diagram in front of you, in which the two tubes A and B are connected to each other by a tap between them. It is a tap we have, that is called the tap T, and as we are just watching in the arm A, or in the tube A, we have the level of the water is H1, and we are just assuming, and in the tube B the level of the water is H2, and we are just assuming that H1 is greater than H2 irrespective of the amount of the water. Okay, so as we are just opening the tap which is available between the tube A and B, so what will happen? So the case is arises, the movement of the water will arise from the uh, tube A to tube B, and the situation will arise that in which it may possible that in the both the arms or both the tubes the water level become equal. So here we are just discussing that what kind of the physical quantity which discuss the flow of the amount of the water from A to B. So similar we are just asking that the height is a that mean height is important parameter which decides the flow of the water from tube A to tube B here. So one of the important quantity we have in the part of the mechanics, that is called the height. The water amount can flow easily from A to B. Now one of the second example I am just taking in front of you. This is the metallic rod we have, and we have the two ends, that end A and the end B. Okay, now we are just keeping the end A in the heating condition. Okay, so probably the temperature of the end A will be that increases slowly and slowly, and we are just assuming that TA is greater than TB. So what will happen? The amount of the heat will flow start from end A to from end B. Okay. So here the one of the important quantity that which decide the flow of the heat from end A to end B, and name the quantity, that is called the temperature we have. So the temperature is a important key parameter in this activity which decide the flow of a heat from hot to cold end. Okay, so here we have discussed the concept of the temperature which is playing the important role. Now I am just talking in the sense of a electric circuit. Now we have the simply electric circuit in which I have taken the cell is there, and the cell is a source for the electric circuit, and it comprises the sum of the now this is the part of the battery we have, and it comprises some of the cells along with it. Okay, so what is the kind of the role of the cell inside the circuit? It provides the electric current to flow from bigger end. I have taken this one as a bigger end, and I have written the plus sign is there. So positive end to negative end, and this is the arrow regards the flow of the current, and meaning of the flow of the current we have already discussed, that is called the I is equal to, that means charge upon time. Okay, so the one of the important thing is that by what mean we are just getting the moment of the charge inside a circuit. Okay, so here we have the potential source. Generally we are just using the new type of the language, that is called the potential source is there. So at the plus and the potential, the meaning of the potential, that means electrostatic energy is more compared to the negative end. So that's why it pushes the charge and or it gives the direction to a charge, so it flows from a low that mean higher potential end to the lower potential end. Okay, so here in this case the important parameter that which decides the flow of charge from A to B, or we can say that from plus to minus, and probably we are talking about in the sense of a positive test charge. Okay, or the positive charge. Okay, so the here the key role or the key parameter, that potential, we are just taking the name of that quantity which decides the flow of charge, that is called the potential. So in this case the key parameter is potential, and potential regards that how much energy at a point due to the presence of a charge. Okay, potential regards that how much electric energy inside a circuit at a given point due to the presence of a charge. Okay, if the energy is the more at a particular point, so it having the more capacity to drag the charge in a particular direction. Okay, so we are just giving the name or the element which is responsible to the flow of the charge, that is called the potential. So in the three diagram we have discussed the important key parameter. In the first direction, according to mechanics, the height level is a parameter which decides the flow of water, and the flow of water is comparative to the meaning of the charge we have. Okay, now inside the rod the heat is flowing from one part to another. So here we have the comparative term of the heat, that is called the charge, and the temperature is a key point which decides the flow of a heat. Okay, and in the third diagram, whenever we are just approaching a electric circuit, so here we have the key parameter, that is potential energy, that means per unit charge makes the concept of the potential, and which decides the flow of a charge in a particular direction, and the direction is that from higher point to lower point. Okay, so this is this will execute the meaning of the potential we have. Now we are just able to give the answer of the term, that what is potential or the electric potential. You can use the meaning of the electric potential as well as potential in the simply manner. So potential as the quantity which determines the flow of determines the flow of charge in a particular direction inside a conductor from one point to another point. So this is the simplest meaning of the potential we have, and on behalf of the formula we can state that the potential and the symbolic notation of the potential is the V we have, and easily we can state that V is equal to work done, that means per unit charge inside a circuit. Okay, so this is the general formula of how we have the electric potential. Now we will talk about the electric potential difference. Now we will make the little bit change in the define of the electric potential. Simply we are just assuming that we have the portion of a conductor, and this is the point A and this is the point B have. Now we have attached the one of the cell is there. Okay, which cell is there, which working like a source, and definitely the cell having the work to drag the charge to move from the higher potential to lower potential. Okay, and the potential regards the simply the electrostatic energy or electrostatic potential energy per unit charge. Okay, so it makes the or it derives the charge in a particular direction from plus to negative inside the circuit we have. So simply we can say that the electric potential is the electric potential difference between 2 points is the amount of work done amount of work done to moving a charge and that charge we are just taking the positive charge from one point to another point, from one point to another point. So easily we are just able to discuss the formula we have. Okay, so we can say that the potential at the A point is the higher potential and potential at the B point is the lower potential we have. So easily we can write that V is equal to VA minus VB, that is called the W upon Q we have. Okay, so this is the simplest basic method of the formula we have. Now we will talk about the basic unit of the electric potential or the electric potential difference. Now one of the basic formula which we have used here, that is V is equal to VA minus VB is equal to W upon Q, and the unit of the electric potential we have, that is called the volt, and volt can be compressed as in the part of the equivalence, that is called the joule upon coulomb. Joule upon coulomb. Now here we have the one of the basic question that define 1 volt. Define 1 volt. So how can we define? If 1 joule work is done in moving a 1 coulomb of charge from one point to other, then potential difference is called 1 volt. So this is the simplest meaning we have. Now the measurement of the potential by the help of a device, that is called the voltmeter. Now one of the basic diagram which I have given to you and in which I have used the V symbol is there in the circle part. So generally this is called the voltmeter. So it is a kind of the instrument we have or the device. This is called the voltmeter, which makes the measurement volt, and it makes the measurement of a potential difference between the two ends of a conductor. Here we have the two ends, that is called the A and the B. So this is the part of the voltmeter we have. Somehow we have the question, name the device which makes the measurement of the potential difference between the two ends of a conductor. So we have the simplest explanation, that is called the voltmeter we have. So one of the point which I have included, name device which makes measurement of the electric potential is called the voltmeter. Now one of the another basic that mean portion, suppose the question is coming in this manner, name device which used to maintain potential difference across a conductor. That is cell or battery. And what is the basic difference between the cell and the battery? Battery that comprises the so many number of the cells, and cells itself a single unit which may produce the that mean electrical energy. Now we have the NCERT in-text question on the page number 202, and the question is there, unsolved question we have. Now how much energy is given to each coulomb of a charge passing through a 6 volt of battery? Okay, so here we have what are the parameter. So the potential source, that means capacity of the battery in the part of the volt, that is called the 6 volt we have. Okay, and what is the amount of the charge we have, that is called the q is equal to 1 coulomb charge we have. So easily we know the basic formula, v is equal to va minus vb. So we are just assuming that w upon q is there, and the w is generally called the work done, so it is a part of the energy we have. So easily we can use the basic concept, either you're just saying the work done or the part of the energy. So I am just writing it as a energy. Okay, so what kind of the energy you have need, so we are just separating the meaning of the w, and potential in the part of the that mean difference, that is called the v, and the meaning of the charge, that is q. So whenever we are just solving it, so we are just writing that 6 into 1, and the coulomb into volt. Coulomb into volt is a type of a unit, and the finalized unit we will get in the part of the 6 joule. Okay, so this is the simplest solution of this problem we have as per the NCERT in-text question.